Welcome back. I'm joined today by three experts to discuss the issues of the day that are of interest to me. My first guest has spent nearly his entire life on the road working as a traveling salesman. Please welcome Sam McCoy.
It's a great pleasure to make your acquaintance there, Brian.
Glad to have you.
Say, that's a nice tie.
Thank you.
Do you have other ties?
I have many other ties.
You're a real hard case.
My next guest is one of America's most beloved and iconic actors who has entertained audiences for nearly 50 years. Please welcome the legendary William Shatner.
Well, thank you, Brian, for having me on.
Thank you for coming.
I appreciate it. I want to let you know I'm selling a line of Priceline novels.
Priceline novels.
Yes, I wrote them all myself.
Okay.
And they are set, the main hero is simply traveling around the world, getting discount hotels and flights. He meets a different woman in every port. He debases her in a hotel room, leaves her before the morning, and then returns home to look at his bank account and see how much money he saved.
Oh, so it's kind of a marketing method, a way of...
No, it's pure art.
Pure art.
Yes.
Art's in the eye of the beholder, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
And my last guest is 100% man from the waist up, 100% fish-like from the waist down. Please welcome a merman.
Hello, Brian. It's
Hello.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And what is your name? Do you have a name?
Oh, man.
Oh, you don't want to shake?
Oh, is that how, I didn't know. I thought you were just waving a tail at me. All right, let's talk about the news. The other day, the Department of Justice said that, okay, we've killed 4 American citizens abroad with drone strikes. Yeah. 3 of those were mistakes. 1 was on purpose, al-Awlaki in Yemen. So when the government makes a mistake, they kill people. What's the worst mistake you've ever made?
Well, if we're along those lines, I've killed 4 people, 1 on purpose and 3 by accident.
What?
Yeah, it's a salesman thing. Yeah, 1 person I killed on purpose because he embarrassed me in a bar in front of a lady, okay. And then 3 people I killed by accident by selling them what I thought was a sort of like a curative powder.
Curative
like
powder.
Sort of an elixir, like a solid powdery elixir.
And what was it?
It turned out to be ammonium hydrate.
Ammonium hydrate.
Yeah, which is one of the components in a fertilizer bomb.
Okay.
And if you happen to have the other components of a fertilizer bomb in your digestive system, and then you take this powder, then you explode.
Are there any? I know the government has no repercussions for killing folks abroad. Are any repercussions for you for killing?
To stay on the move.
Gotta keep moving.
No fixed address and no name. I mean, you have a name for me here, but that's not.
That's not your name's not Sam McCoy.
It's not an easy life.
Mr. Shatner.
Yes.
What about you? What's the worst thing you've ever done?
I would say one of my #1 mistakes was not training my horse Great Bells of Fire to do proper dance at the 1988 Olympics. Unfortunately, we had to put her down.
Why? Did you break the leg? Did the horse break a leg? Or?
No, we were trying to do the electric slide, and the horse just can't physically do that.
And
A horse can't move its legs. I know you have some leg envy, but a horse can't move its legs left and right and left, because it just doesn't have the muscle memory.
So the horse injured itself and had to be put down?
No, I beat it with a baseball bat afterwards because it disappointed me with its choreography. And of course, I would say one of my sort of lesser mistakes was letting my wife drown in a pool.
That was your lesser mistake?
Yes.
That's not the most traumatic event in your life?
No, I would say that it was an inconvenience.
An inconvenience?
Yes. Well, because I had to drain the pool, and sort of the same thing if you get like a duty in there.
So your wife was an inconvenience, like a duty in the pool?
Yes.
Does that not seem like a strange thing to say?
When I hear it back, it sounds poetic.
That sounds like poetry to you? My
Yes.
wife is an inconvenience, like a duty in the pool.
Sounds like the name of another spoken word album. Yeah, that's funny. You came to our house just before and sold some knockoff tequila.
That's right. I would knock off tequila, and to seal the deal, I sold you 100 square yards of visqueen, sort of like a drape, like a tarp that you put over a pool.
Yes, I remember that.
And she drank it.
She said, I'm going swimming, and I said, well, I'm going to try the new tarp out.
Oh.
So she drank the tequila, went in the pool, and then I pulled the tarp over the pool and said, well, this works. And I had some toaster strudels in the oven, so I went to get those.
Merman, or do you have a name? Your name?
Roger.
Roger. What's the biggest mistake you've ever made?
Look, you guys can hold this over my head all you want, that you can walk right off this stage, but I don't have that luxury, okay? You know, you're talking earlier about horse legs. I would kill for horse legs.
Pair of horse legs? Then you'd be like some
Horse
weird
legs, chicken legs.
centaur type
Like
thing.
like
Yeah.
mosquito legs, really anything that would allow me to walk around. You know,
Mosquito legs.
my greatest mistake, I think, Brian, was probably not evolving correctly.
Sam McCoy,
Bones.
let me ask you this. Your biggest personal enemy right now. Who's the biggest enemy in Sam McCoy's life?
Bones.
Well, it's it's dogs.
Dogs.
Dogs the world round. I
You hate dogs. Well, that's going to be tough for
every
Travis.
dog is a guard dog.
Oh, that's-
and every guard dog is a salesman's worst enemy, and,
Right.
and so it's hard for me to dispatch with dogs as quickly as I need to. When I move into a new town to try and drum up some sales,
Sure.
the first thing I'll do is rent a crop duster, and just blow over the town with a sort of canine AIDS. I don't know if you know what that is.
Canine AIDS?
It's an adapted form of feline AIDS.
Airborne.
Airborne. Yeah.
Airborne. So you crop dust a town that you want to sell to
Well, I got to get it. I got to get up those steps.
by killing everybody's
I got to
dog.
get to the front door, and you know, if it's me not eating or causing a dog plague, then I think we all.
Okay, let me come to my door.
Sure.
Not ring the doorbell. Whatever.
I'll be the doorbell.
Okay.
Ding dong.
Oh, Mr. Sack, I see you. I see you have a dead dog.
Yeah, you just killed my dog.
I know, it was terrible. Can you imagine? Life is so fragile.
No, I mean you murdered my dog.
What would you say if I gave you a laminated placemat that had information about how to prepare your own will?
I don't. When I'm eating dinner, I'm going to be thinking about my will.
I
You
mean,
killed
you're
my
probably
dog.
You're thinking about death right now.
The kids are coming home from school. I got a dead dog in the front yard. What have you,
You have
done?
kids? Imagine that. When's the last time you bought overalls?
For the kids?
Or dad and mom as well.
I mean, are they good for playing in the yard?
You took the words right out of my mouth.
How much are they?
Man, I broke you.
What do you
broke
have in
over
your
my
suitcase?
knee. Jeez, I have overalls and drugs.
What are the drugs?
Those are for me. I can't sleep. If I sleep, my brain will never reboot.
Let me see this.
Welcome back. The three scandals that have rocked the Obama administration have gotten so big that the mainstream media has actually covered it. With stories this big, I thought I'd head to the streets of New York City to talk to regular Americans about their thoughts on the scandals. I'm Brian, and I'm from the IRS. And are you liberal or conservative?
Very liberal.
Okay, you're fine?
Conservative.
All right, I'm going to need to talk to you. Okay, I'm here with Christina and Cipriano, and they have some exciting news.
We just got engaged.
He just proposed.
Okay, he just proposed in the background as we were interviewing somebody else. So in the news, if I were to say Benghazi, what does Benghazi mean to you?
Sounds like a food.
Sounds like a food, delicious.
Country or person?
Okay, close, city in a country in Libya. Okay, so I'm gonna say these words. Tell me if they mean anything to you. IRS, Benghazi, AP.
Yes.
What are they?
All scandals.
What about Pardongate?
I beg your pardon?
What?
The fact the president has pardoned Hillary Clinton of any crime she may commit in the future.
Is
An
it?
awesome scandal, isn't it? I mean, I just made it up. Joe Biden is advocating euthanizing conservative pets.
I'm all for euthanizing Joe Biden.
We don't want those
you
conservative
don't-
pets anyway.
Don't like conservative pets?
No. Well, you got to have your liberal pets because they're more friendly, and those conservative pets, they're going to bite you.
But who's going to pay for the liberal pets to lounge around the house? How do you feel about Vice President Joe Biden proposing that men be able to have two wives?
No.
And you're just saying, is that just because you got engaged right now and you don't like the idea? How do you feel about this?
That's fine. Whatever's.
Works for me too. It's Gate. The president left the gate open and the Saudis ran through the back of the White House. That's the president's immigration policy. So the president's approval ratings are over 50%, despite all this. What possible scandal could bring down the president's approval ratings?
If he was a closeted white supremacist?
I was thinking maybe if he had a little that would bring down
Can we just bleep out the? Is that do we have a long enough bleep for that?
Maybe sex.
A sex scandal? You think that could even ever happen on Michelle's watch?
Probably not. I mean, she could probably beat him up.
Can't get sugar on the side with Michelle around. If these scandals got out of hand and the president wound up in prison, what do you think his prison experience would be? Think he would trade nuclear codes for cigarettes?
He probably would.
If something happened, he were to go to jail, do you think Michelle would bake him a cake, but instead of a nail file, it would be a teleprompter? Thanks very much.
Nice meeting you.
Dan. Okay, that's all the time we have for this week's BS of A. Like us on Facebook, love us on Twitter, watch our clips on YouTube. I'm your host, Brian Sack, and next week we'll be doing a best of episode because the first draft of our book is due on May 31st, and we've barely done any work on it. We're kind of in big trouble, but I hope you enjoy your Memorial Day knowing that there's a deadline for us next week. Oh boy. Good night, America. How do you write a book real fast?
Well, plagiarize it and then put tech in front of it.
So isn't plagiarism bad?
Not if you fully take another book and just paste it into it.
Take a whole other book like War and Peace, you
Yeah.
call it tech something.
Yeah, tech war.
Tech War and Peace.
Ding dong.